Morning. Good morning. Another day. Day we on. 23. And these days are flying. Day 23 of our 75 hard challenge. Good morning. Glad you all are here. I feel great. Yesterday I got my little vlog, my daily vlog. Sounds so lame. I do a daily vlog. I'm a daily vlogger. What are you doing, LT? I'm vlogging. Sounds weird to me. But I like it. And I love it. And I love videos. And I love that I'm learning so fast. Just a deep dive, getting her done, making things happen. And yesterday I was climbing the mountain yesterday. And I came across this podcast by Andy Frisella. We're gonna watch about 6 minutes of this. We'll listen to it, and then I'll jump in and we'll talk and we'll listen to it. I'm gonna react. I guess this is a reacting video. So we're gonna react to this little 6-minute video here in a little bit. But yesterday I went up the mountain during my little vlog. It'll drop on YouTube today at noon. All my stuff, all my daily vlogs are dropping at 12 o'clock p.m. on the dot on YouTube. That's when I got them scheduled. And the reason I'm doing this daily vlogging is for me. To get good at my camera, to get good at my editing software, to get good at everything that has to do with uploading a video, to improve my skills. It's something I love. It's something that's been eluding me. It's the one shiny thing I can't catch. The one thing I'm having a hard time saying, I'm good at that. I think I got it. Because I feel like once I got good at it, I would probably give up. Not give up, I'd just get bored. It's like with anything else I've ever done. And 2 specific times come to my mind, is 3 even. But I played my bass, learned a very difficult song pretty quickly, and was like, yeah, I could be good at that. And it was boring after that. The piano, did the same thing. I learned Fur Elise. And I got to where I could play the whole song. And then I was able to play the whole song in like a jazz style or whatever. And I was like, huh. So you just got to like memorize it, and then you just like type it, and then you put a little feel into it. And I got bored. I was like, I could be good at that, but this isn't what I want to sit and do to get good forever, But video, for some reason, and editing and all the stuff that goes with it has captured me. And that's something I want to get good at. And so every single day I drop a video on YouTube at 12 o'clock. Whether that video go get seen or not, to the, tons and tons of views. I care because I want the channel to grow, and I want to turn this into something bigger, Recovering Addict as a whole. But at this 75 days right now, that's not what the focus of these videos are about. These videos are for me to do better in my life for myself. Good morning, everybody that's here. So glad you are tuning in. Corey D. Wolf, what's up, brother? How are you, Eugene? You made it. Good morning. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for being a part of our group, our crew, and our community. Love it. I love the song and the piano. Thanks, bro. Oh, yeah. That was a fun one. We went and shot a commercial for some recovery coffee. It's called Brainwashed Coffee. You'll have to check it out. Luke in the house. Good morning. How are you? All right, let's jump into this video real quick. We'll watch it together. We'll talk about it. Throw some comments. Tell me what you think. He says the F word, so if you get offended by the F word, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it on here.
We have a real talk. And what I wanted to talk about with you guys today was I wanted to talk to you about slaying the monster. And a lot of you guys don't know what slaying the monster is, so I'm gonna explain it to you, okay? We all have that monster that lives in our head. And that monster is the thing, whatever the thing may be, whether it's working out, or whether it's following a diet, or whether it's calling on that account that you're nervous to call on because you're scared of them a little bit, or whether it's asking that person out. Whatever it is, we all have a monster. Okay, sometimes it's the insecurity we feel about our bodies. Sometimes it's the inadequacies that we feel just because of the pressures of the society we live in. Sometimes we're just pissed off. and we don't.
So what monsters are you guys feeling today? What monsters are bringing you anxiety, causing you to stopping you to have fear, you're having anger today? What's stopping you from doing your challenge? What's stopping you from doing whatever it is? And if that's today, think about what this guy says. It's pretty powerful.
Don't know why. And whatever that why is the monster. Okay. These are the things that keep us up at night. These are the things that discourage us and cause us anxiety and cause us fear. You ever been walking around and, you really don't know why you feel off, but then all of a sudden, you do that thing that you've been kind of putting off and then you feel better? Okay. That's what slaying the monster is about. And the reason that we call it slaying the monster is because if you don't slay the monster will eat you the fuck alive. Okay. You will live a life of anxiety, of fear, of confusion, of frustration if you don't make a habit of.
Good morning, Brandon. Just wanted to say hello. Shout out.
Of slaying the monster. All right. So you have to understand, this is normal for people to do. We all have days where we don't feel like doing what we need to do. We all have days we struggle. We all have days that we dread getting out of bed. We all have these days, guys, every single one of us. But the reason that we have these days usually comes down to we are not doing something that needs to be done. All right. That's the monster. So think about what that is in your life right now. Think about what it is that you're not doing that you could do right now that will actually relieve the stress, the frustration, the anxiety that you're walking around with. Maybe it's having a conversation that needs to be had. Maybe it's talking to your coworkers. Maybe it's talking to your boss. Maybe it's talking to your significant other. Who knows? But something is causing you to feel this way. And unless you understand that you have to slay that, meaning take care of it, get done with it.
Good morning, Crystal. Glad you're here. This is a good one. This is what I was listening to when I was going up that hill yesterday. And it got me fired up. Man, I was like, slay the monster. And it works too. He's talking about, why do you get that anxiety? Why do you get that frustration? It's because there's something you're probably not taking care of. And a lot of times you've made commitments and it's that you're trying to get out of them, make excuses. And it's weird. It seems like the excuses and the guilt that just muddles on throughout the day after you've made these excuses seem to be way worse than actually just get it over with. Take care of it. Get it done. And I have this battle with myself every morning when I'm about to go outside and go to the mountain and get my first 45 minutes in, the whole doubt, the fears, like, just take a day off, live streaming, getting up and doing this at 7:30 every morning. I'm like, God, I could just skip one day. I got other stuff I could do. I could sleep in. You deserve a day off, all that stuff. But I just get it done. I take care of it. At the end, I always say, I never go to the gym, work out and say, dang it, I wish I didn't do that. I'm always like, God, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did that. And that time Sunday, when Felice and Aubrey and all of us were on that hike, we got to that 1 mile mark, this little bend. All we had to do was go another little quarter of a mile, and we got to the beautiful scenery, right? The nice big overlook. And at that point, we all wanted to turn around, but we didn't. We pressed through that weak emotion and made ourselves go there. And to this second, right this minute, I feel better that I did. I'm so glad I did it. And when I got there, I was glad I did it. But in that moment, I could have turned around and then I would have had these excuses and there's that monster. The monster would have eaten me at that moment, right? So we got to eat it, because later on, you always have a different mindset. You always have a different emotion. Just why people can't commit to this 30-day challenge. And I'm watching and seeing in the Discord who's going to fall off. Because when you first have the idea, when you first get excited about taking on the challenge or whatever else it is in your life, you're pumped. And then the challenge happens, right? A day or 2 days later, and you don't feel the same like you did. You don't feel as excited, and all of a sudden it's time to commit. It's time to do what you said you were going to do. But then you pump through and you do it. You just got to do it, and then you're excited again. Brandon, Corey, Marilyn, thank you. Good morning, Geesh. Glad you are in here. Self-consciousness, he says. Marilyn says, control your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts control you. Exactly. And that's one of the big things that I want to, that's really starting to get a hold of me, is you can't just train the body, especially if you're in recovery, right? Or in any mental health type of thing. You have to train the mind just as hard as you're training the body. So if you're doing a physical workout, you need to be doing mental workouts too. Your brain is a muscle that needs, it's not obviously not a physical muscle, but it's a organ that needs to be nourished and strengthened and trained and educated, and new things and new thoughts and new emotions and new processes to come in and out. You have to train it just as hard. And then you will find that, just like I put at the end of my video in the little texts, what I'm starting to realize is that I can do anything I put my mind to, regardless of how my body is feeling. I can take my mind and override my body's weakness and desire in the moments of wanting to give up and wanting to be lame.
You are going to continue to live in anxiety, frustration, fear, and you know, the way you feel right now. And you don't want to feel that way. Okay. So a lot of us go our whole lives not understanding why we're walking around with extra stress and extra frustration and extra anxiety. And when you feel yourself feeling this way, I want you to think about what the monster is. What's the monster? Okay. Because here's the thing, and we are all guilty of this, me included. Okay. The longer we allow that monster to live in our brains, in our minds, the bigger and stronger it gets, the scarier it gets, the more powerful it's perceived to be. And what ends up happening is we build this thing up to be so much stronger and so much bigger and so much scarier than it actually is, that it causes us a disproportionate amount of anxiety, fear, and frustration in our day-to-day lives. All right? Nothing's that hard. Nothing's that bad. And if you would just learn to take care of these things as they come to you, you would learn that there's a lot of freedom in understanding how to kill this monster in your brain when it's a little bitty monster, not a big, bad, scary monster. And the reason I was inspired to talk to you about this today, guys, is because I had a project that I've been putting off, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, literally putting off the project for like a year.
Speaking of that, and Crystal's comment here about, hey, that's the 75 hard guy. Yeah. This is slaying the monster. We're getting fired up today. Getting fired up to challenge and take this freaking day apart. I saw Crystal's thing about forgot to update the Discord. So the rules are very clear in this challenge. It's 30 days in a row of 3 things. You got to read. You've got to do your gratitude, you've got to do your exercise, and you've got to post it, or you're out of the running, because the people that can actually accomplish this for 30 days in a row are getting a full merch set. So anybody that skips or misses one day on any of those things is out of the running for the merch. You can continue to do the challenge, which I highly encourage you, because this at the end of the day is for you, not the stupid merch. It's to build new and bigger, better, badder habits. So if you did forget a day, you're out of the running for the merch. We had Overlord, who's in there, who was in a bad way on day 1 and wasn't able to update, which is fine. But to be fair to everybody and the strict rules of this challenge, if you don't post every single day, you're out of the running for the merch, though you will still stick around and do the challenge. Don't let that be a monster that gets you to not do it and to become weak, but press on and say, dang it, oh well, next challenge, because we're going to have more challenges. I'm probably going to start doing monthly challenges in the Discord in the some type of same fashion, same manner. So just to let you know, that's how it's rolling.
Because I was so frustrated with how the project was going. And what happened in that time was the project got scarier. It got more difficult. And I'm laughing because literally I sat down yesterday and knocked it out in an hour. And I spent a whole entire year having anxiety and stress and frustration about not having it done. And the minute that I had it, I felt great. Okay. So it's necessary for us to understand a couple things. One, we have to identify what that monster is that's causing us all this negativity and all this anxiety and all this energy that's bad. And two, we've got to go slay the motherfucker. All right. That's what has to happen. And the reason it has to happen is because unless we take care of these issues, we end up making them into something that sucks all of our positive energy, all of our momentum, all of our positive brain projection and activity and creativity that we would have, because we're worried about something that isn't even that bad. Okay? Once you get done with this, you're going to be reminded how great it feels to overcome these situations, guys. And isn't that when we feel the most alive? Isn't that when we have the best feelings about ourselves right after we do something that we've been dreading to do?
Think about that in your life. What have you overcome? What have you proven to yourself that when you finally kick something's ass and overcome it, that feeling of that reward of accomplishment, that you actually did something you didn't think you could do. You actually conquered something you didn't even think possible for yourself. That's what we're talking about. And when those excuses come up to be weak, to not do it, that's what you got to rely on. And it gets easier and better every time. And I like this comment here by Look. Check him out. He says, control your breath, control the situation, focus on your breath. Focusing on your breath changes your mindset. Our subconscious mind breathes for us. When we focus on our breath, we change the narrative. Control your breath, control the situation. Focusing on your breath changes your mindset. Love it. Thank you, Look. Corey says, he's right. I lived like a slave to fear most of my life. Crystal says, I was just being a smart ass because you said 3 things at first, but I knew you would. Crystal! It is 4. You're right. Absolutely. There's 4 things you got to do. Okay. We got like 30 seconds. I want to watch this whole thing with y'all. The whole episode is amazing.
It is. And you know it is. Because every single one of you, no matter how frustrated or how much you may be struggling right now, you all have experienced what I'm talking about. You've all slayed a monster in the past, which means you could slay plenty of these motherfuckers in the future. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you enjoyed that clip, if it made you laugh, if it made you think, if it made you have a new perspective, go over to iTunes. Check out the full-length podcast. You're going to like it.
Slay it. So what do you got to take care of today? What is in front of your plate today that you're dreading to do and you want to make an excuse to not do it? Don't let it win. Just freaking do it. Like today, this live stream was my first monster to slay. Actually getting out of bed when I tell myself, when I've planned yesterday. I love that episode on Seinfeld where he talks about Night Jerry always screws Morning Jerry, because Night Jerry just feels amazing and he's excited to wake up early and go do things, and then all of a sudden he wakes up at the time he says he wants to wake up, and Morning Jerry takes over and was like, no. And so Morning Jerry sabotages Night Jerry. You got to commit to it regardless of your emotions. If you have a commitment and it's there and you said you're going to do it, you do it regardless of what your mind and body and mindset is at the time that it's time to do it. So today mine was getting out of bed again, waking up, get shaken off that fog, getting my breath back into a higher breath rate, my heart rate into, getting out of the warm and stepping out into the cool air and letting your body acclimate to a new situation after it's been snoozing all night long. That was slay monster number 1. Monster number 2 is coming down here, cleaning up my desk, plugging in all these cords, making sure my battery's on, and then pushing the live stream button and getting on here and start talking. And just like, basically I have my daughters over there sleeping she has a new room now. Grandma gave us a couch that has a pull-out bed. I don't think she's left that bed since she figured out that thing could pull out into a bed. Blew her mind. What? This thing turns into a bed? Mine. She claimed it. Now that's where she sleeps. Hi, Millie. Millie. She's out. And then hitting that go live button. Like right before I hit that go live button, there's a lot of doubt. Like, man, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? What if nobody watches? You know, all the mind games, everything that goes through, but I do it anyway. And when I'm done, I'm never like, dang, I wish I didn't do that. I'm glad I did. And then I get to hear and see some of your all comments and I get motivated. Then I look in the Discord and I see some of you guys posting in the challenges. Let's check on that real quick. Oh, we got Jen Ray up in the morning. She's already on her book. She's got her gratitude list. She's grateful for being clean, working her program, family, support system, friends, being honest, sunshine, food, breathing, recovering addict, this challenge, water, letting go. Beautiful. Her sponsor, time spent with her mom, interview that she had. She's grateful. Look at all this gratitude. Local NA group. Oh yeah, gotta love your local NA groups for sure. Learning new things, being accountable. My sister coming home to visit. And she said, I'll post my exercise in a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. Some strength, some positivity. And I'll bet you $100. After she read her book and posted gratitude, she wasn't like, dang, I wish I didn't do that. Heck no. She's like, I did it. Boom. On to the next one. So today, do it. And then boom, on to the next one. And it gets easier and easier, more exciting and funner. And then all of a sudden you start getting confident and you're in a room full of people and you know what level you're on and you know what level they're on. And your confidence level is just conquer mode. Working out like you did yesterday, slay the monster. Yes, Eugene. Freaking love it. I love motivation. We're going to start going through some little motivational stuff. I'm going to keep looking for this stuff because this is the stuff I listen to when I'm on my mountain bike ride. If I'm working out or if I'm driving in the car, I've kind of stopped. I listen to music when we work out and stuff because you got to have music when you're working out. But what do they call it? Automobile University. I take every chance I get to when I'm occupied doing some menial task that needs my attention, but I could still multitask. Anytime I can listen to a podcast or an audiobook, I try to let that be because I'm trying to double stack. You know, what did Fleece teach us through the book she was reading? Stacking habits, right? And you're driving somewhere and you throw an audiobook in. Boom, that's a habit. You're building your mind, you're building your toolbox. Start doing that kind of stuff. And I'm going to start showing you all the stuff that I like to listen to. And that is one of them. And maybe we'll just go through that full thing over the next couple of days. We can just watch that and just break it down as we go because it just gets better and better and better. So we can plan on that tomorrow for sure. You are welcome. Nope. No, you're not stupid. Geesh, 100% that was fire, huh? So what are y'all working on today? What are you about to step into? What arena? What do y'all have planned out for today? So today I have to go after this. I have to load up the dogs, get the bike on the thing, drive up to the trail. I got to look to the top of this mountain, 600, and I'm climbing 600. What am I climbing? I'll show you guys my workout. I map it every day too, just to make sure that, just for accountability. And I like to look back at it and then you can see, you know, if you're making gains or if you were tired that day. Some days I'm tired and I don't ride as hard, but some days, man, I get full of energy. And if I'm listening to a podcast like this, it feels like I got a motor on my bike. I just rock it. So now I get to the bottom of this mountain and I'm climbing 645 feet. This is my workout. So that's what it looks like, the trail that I go on. Let's see if we can get this to focus here. Of course not. Why would it do that? Why would it focus? Stupid. Right there. So you see, I'm climbing 645 feet. It's just a zigzag up and a fun zigzag back. And I'm climbing 645 feet. My heart rate is on average at 117, and that's because on the way down it's pretty slow. But on the way up, my heart rate is, let me see, where is my heart rate? From the moment I start to I get to my spot, my heart rate's in the 140s. That's out of breath. And that's the part I think forward to. And I'm like, I don't want to get my body there. But once I get my body to that point where my heart rate's that accelerated, my breath is that accelerated, I'm happy to be there. It feels good. So I pull into that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up the dogs. I'm going to drive down to that mountain. I'm going to look up and I'm going to be like, oh, and for the first 3-4 minutes of you moving, especially me, my knees, until everything gets just greased up and running good, I'm dreading it. But then I get back, or actually as soon as I get to the top of the mountain, I'm on fire. I'm so excited I did it. And then I get home and I never say, dang, I wish I didn't do that. Eugene says, I'm going to build a 27 post 3-rail fence in my backyard. Not looking forward to the workout. A gear workout. Eugene, if that's like a big word, you got to talk down to me. 27 post 3-rail fence. But when you're finished with that fence, you're going to take a picture of it. You're going to post it somewhere. You're going to be happy. People are going to say that looks good. I love it. Whoa. Nice. That's got to feel good. It's got to feel good. Steffi says, I love those motivational videos. When I can't find the positive thoughts myself, like last night, it helps me push out the negative. Yeah, that's what we do. We rely on each other. We rely on that's another great thing we have in this world. Auger, big drill, duh. Thank you, Eugene. Is the tools we have available. And what I'm talking about is this stinking tiny, amazing computer in our hands. With this phone, with this computer, we have two choices. Consume negative garbage, like sit there and consume an endless scroll. Facebook made that shit on purpose to endlessly scroll. And the algorithm chooses what people most want to watch. So the algorithm is starting to reveal as a whole human nature, because what is most predominant on Facebook? Negativity. And so that's where we go to. Or you have a choice to Google something positive like Steph did and listen to a positive, something motivating to grow your mind and grow your spirit and grow your everything about you. You have two choices when you pick this up, to choose negativity or positivity. Start choosing to be a positive consumer of media, of audiobooks, of anything, podcasts, instead of the negative ones, instead of the trending news, instead of drama and chaos. If you're watching drama and chaos, you're not really learning anything. You're just caught up in somebody else's affair and else's emotions, somebody else's life. Live yours and start making your life. I don't know. That's just kind of what's on my head today. When I grab my phone, that's what I try to think now. What can I look at immediately on my phone that's not going to take my head into a lame place? That's funny. The big drill. Auger. Yeah, he's got to dig post holes. Duh. God, thank you, Eugene. I'm an idiot. Just kidding. That's what I admire about myself. It takes me a long time to figure things out sometimes. But when I do, oh, darn, they're figured out. And I admire that about myself. There you go. Number one for today. Fleece says, woo, woo, go Crystal. Man, y'all, this is great. This morning live stream for me is awesome. Knowing that you're there, that I can rely on watching you all grow. I can rely on the Discord and this new little challenge we got going on and seeing people, just like Nicole said on our Sunday Night Live, my little accountability buddies holding me accountable. Digging my friends and family around here. Look at all this stuff I'm grateful for. I'm just listing it. Every one of you in the chat, I am grateful for. Of course, as my Facebook, I will try to post positive stuff. It sucks to see that other stuff, right? Yeah. Start thinking about that, because what you put in here and in here is going to determine what's up here, right? And then what's up here usually comes and tangles with the heart that's down here, and then that's what's coming out of you. And that's like, why are you acting like that? Why do think about it? What's coming in is affecting this, which affects your heart, and then your heart affects everything that comes out of you. Control it. Protect it. Protect you. Rule number 2, care for yourself like you're somebody that you care about. You care about your kids. How do you take care of them? How do you take care of your dogs? Take care of yourself like that. Do good to yourself. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. You're the only self you got. And it goes by like that. If I see someone post something negative, I'll block them. There you go. Control your own feed. That's another option. You have the ability to control your own feed. So if your feed is full of negativity, you've chosen that stuff. But Brandon Recovery TV says, not me. I unfollow it. I don't want to hear that stuff. Come on now. Positive stuff only. All right, y'all. Till I come back here tomorrow morning like I always do. Unless something crazy happened, I will be here. Until then, do not put yourself in high-risk situations. Stay strong. And whatever program you're doing, work it. We ain't got time to be half-assed. Half of measures avail us nothing. If you go to work out for 30 minutes, don't waste 30 minutes of your life doing it half-assed. Put all your effort into it so that you get the most out of it. Work your program. And remember, all this stuff, we do it better together.